Hi, my name is Christopher Benavides,
My name is Ryan Gibson.
My name is Dylan Skinkis.
And I'm Jordan Rogers.
and we're going to be talking about the Starbucks Race Together campaign. So, some facts on the Race Together initiative. So, because of recent events of Ferguson, Missouri, New York, and Oakland, Starbucks wanted to initiate the conversation of race in America. So, Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz said, "We at Starbucks should be willing to talk about these issues in America, not to point fingers or to place blame, and not because we have answers, but because staying silent is not who we are." After Schultz started a forum in the Starbucks headquarters about race, there's a calm and non-hostile environment that people of all different ages, races, and ethnicities shared personal stories for more than an hour. After the event, more than 2,000 Starbucks partners have discussed in many other racial issue open forums across the country, in Los Angeles, Oakland, St. Louis, New York, and Chicago, which they thought of the idea of wanting to invite customers to join into their discussion launching the Race Together campaign. After the launch of the campaign on the week of March 15, 2015, it drew many concerns from social media. Reactions involved parody videos to attacks to corporate Starbucks executives. Starbucks Senior Vice President for Global Communications, Corey Dubreuil, temporarily deleted his Twitter account because he said, quote, "I felt personally attacked in a cascade of negativity." Howard Schultz even addressed the public relations campaign, accompanied by guest speakers, Academy Award winner Common and Jennifer Hudson, saying, quote, "Race is an unorthodox and even uncomfortable topic for annual meetings, where others see cost, risks, excuses, and hopelessness. We see and create paths of opportunity that is the role and responsibility for a for-profit public company." Dean Crouchfield, Senior Vice President of Sterling Brands Campaign, says on concern of the Race Together campaign that this is a provocation. If it's successful, it will be an everlasting press of Starbucks. It bolsters the fact that they're a purpose-driven brand. And due to negative media backlash, Starbucks ended the campaign just a few days after starting.
There are no direct legal issues due to the fact that Starbucks is not forcing the employees to engage in conversation with the guests. There are no direct political issues, but it does encourage employees to engage in conversations based on race. This, in turn, can begin a conversation based on race that do pertain to political issues or different political campaigns. Starbucks has been known to have very loose rules with their employees. They currently let their employees show visible tattoos and are now allowing them to engage in conversation about race with their customers. By encouraging conversation, employees are bringing back shop culture. They're allowing people to engage in conversation in the coffee shop as they used to. And Starbucks has remained a hub for young and older crowds due to the fact that they cater to both.
Bringing up these racial issues in a coffee shop could disrupt the flow of business a little bit. A lot of people that go in there are trying to get their coffee, get out. A lot of them are on their way to work or school on a tight schedule, usually early in the morning. This is something that could really hurt the customer satisfaction and indirectly dwindle profits or hurt the company financially. A big ethical issue that might arise in this kind of situation is whenever a barista is bringing up a conversation about something that's really sensitive. Some customers might feel like their right to privacy is being invaded. In the culture these days, a lot of people are really into their phones or in a rush and things like that. They're really to themselves, especially in the mornings, a big coffee drinking time. So if people don't want to talk and they feel obligated to talk about these things, it could cause some issues.
So what is the argument? As a group, we collectively felt that the argument was, is it ethically responsible for Starbucks to encourage their employees to ask racially inspired questions? Although these questions did not violate any laws or rules held by the company, we felt that it was not ethically responsible for employees to raise these questions in the public place, like a coffee shop. People are generally not in the mood to conversate with their barista over these racially inspired questions. In contrast, raising these questions within their own personal workplace at the Starbucks Corporation was a little bit different, whereas they actually held conversations between CEOs and higher executives that took more than an hour in time. The counter-argument. Since they are not forcing their employees to ask these questions, is it wrong if neither party is offended? It is not wrong if neither party is offended and for them to engage in this conversation. It is an open topic, and it is a very controversial topic that is currently going on within our society. Therefore, we do not find that it is wrong, since it does not break any rules, regulations, or laws within the workplace, and therefore is okay and can be allowed. In conclusion, we did find that it was ethically irresponsible for the company to raise these racially inspired questions within the workplace to random, unsuspecting customers. But since they were not breaking any laws or regulations, we found that it was within their rights to do so within their own workplace and environment.
A key takeaway is, even though it was a great idea, the setting was very poorly thought up and such a controversial topic to talk about during a business transaction that it is not a way to initiate conversation about race in America.